What is the market status from an investor point of view? What's the best recession proof real estate investing strategy for this season? What's better in this market? Is wholesales doing well? What's our take? What's the market status? So we'll start with you, Brian. What are your thoughts on that basket of questions?
Well, it's a broad question because obviously everyone's often in a different location. So I think that's something we have to account for is what does your local market look like? Because we see some parts of the country where inventories are still low, and we see other portions, more south where they're starting to build up and it's causing a softer market. So I think the first thing you have to account for is what is my local market doing? What do I want to focus on? And so kind of thinking short term, if we are, of course, we're wholesaling, we're doing plenty of deals like that. We're doing some rehabbing. If you've watched any of our videos, you know that I'm a reluctant rehabber. I don't want to rehab if I don't have to, but it depends on the deal. So I think, depending on where you're marketing, what you're focused on, the leads you're generating, what your bread and butter is that you're focused on, I think flipping properties it really works in all markets. Depending on, of course, what you have coming to you. What I wouldn't get stuck in is long, drawn out rehabs because the market is moving, interest rates can change. You don't want to get stuck. I mean, no matter how good the market is, you don't want to get stuck. But in particular, when you don't want to get stuck in market cycles, I would keep those renovations short and sweet.
You're watching a segment from a Freedom Mentor live stream. Join us for our next live event. Go to freedommentor.com/live. Yeah, amen. So, but for those that are thinking of getting into this market, Brian, and they think back to what happened in 21 and 22 and even 2023, how are we different now than a couple of years?
Well, first and foremost, interest rates are higher. It has less movement in the market that's really happening because more people are still recovering from the turn. You said 23, and it was 23 where things started turning. Everybody started feeling some of the inflation and so forth. So I think you got a lot of folks that are just trying to recover from that. And so there's a lot less movement going on. That said, as we always point out, problems don't wait around for the market. When people have divorces where they're losing jobs, they need to relocate. There's always going to be folks that need to do something. And that's what we specialize in. We specialize in helping people that are motivated, that need to make something happen no matter what the market's doing. And of course, it's just being selective in what you focus on. So there's absolutely deals out there. Of course, you have to be marketing to find them.
So, Devin, from your perspective, looking at it not from the short-term side of flipping deals, but long-term, where is the market right now for those that want to own rental property?
I mean, I've always been a big believer in owning properties that people need to live in, right? So multifamily, that's a very strong asset class, especially with the interest rates where they are. People continue to rent, and the younger generation, they don't necessarily, they want to be, especially work from home environment. People want to be able to move. People want to have flexibility. So owning rental property right now is a huge opportunity. And that market doesn't really go down because there's a shortage of houses, and two, there's people that don't want to own stuff anymore. They want to rent.
Be sure to get your free copy of my best-selling book, How to Be a Real Estate Investor, and that comes with the audiobook version as well. Click the top corner. I thought it was fascinating the other day when I saw where interest rates for a multifamily, obviously they had to be a qualified investor, was lower than for an owner-occupied single-family residence. You could get a lower interest rate, y'all, on a loan for a 10 unit than you can for the home you live in. So really fascinating that the banks prioritize or feel safer in multifamily than they do in a property you live in. So multifamily, we're a place where people can live. I want to add to it. I was so bullish, so excited about vacation rental investing. We did it for many years. I made a lot of money. That's a tough thing to make money in right now. But all of the hotel lobbying to produce legislation to stop it, as well as the fact that there's been oversaturations in the market that allow it. And so, yeah, that's where it's at. For long-term investors, it's all about owning property where you are providing housing, and most importantly, providing affordable housing. Right? Not that many of the people on this live streamer are going to be building Class A 500-unit apartment buildings, but that's not where the income is. The income is in that Class B and Class C. Would you like to be coached by me and my team? Every successful real estate investor has a mentor. Discover how you can be mentored by us through our apprentice program by clicking above.